Today we're going to take a look at the brand new signature boots made for Neymar Jr., the Nike Mercurial Vapor 12 Elite Neymar PE, which of course I'm going to take on the pitch to see what they look like in action, but also I want to take the opportunity to sit down and discuss Neymar and his World Cup so far. So if you are a fan of Neymar Jr., this video is going to be a pretty good watch. But what do you say that before we go and lace these bad boys up, we sit down and take a look at the thoughts behind this pretty wicked design. Now, the new Neymar boots here are inspired by Neymar's journey from being a young raw talent at Santos, which is his boyhood club in Brazil, to being a worldwide superstar, leading his country into the World Cup 2018, rocking the captain's armband. And to capture both of these, should we say, rather iconic moments in Neymar's career, Nike incorporated the black and white stripes from the Santos kit into this really arrow-shaped pattern going from the heel down under the sole. And a funny little feature is that the white stripes are actually reflective. Why? I have no idea, but it's pretty cool. Now, they also incorporated this Santos-inspired design into, of course, the Amarillo yellow of the Brazil national team kit to really highlight how a young kid from Santos can go on to become an international icon, not because of, his name or his hairstyle, well, maybe a little bit because of his hairstyle, but primarily because of the way he plays football with a whole lot of talent, a lot of joy, and a ton of self-belief. Now, I don't know if this is intentional from Nike's side or not, but for me, there's a very distinct similarity between this and the Nike Mercurial Vapor 3 made for R9 for the World Cup in 2006, because obviously, they're both inspired by the Brazil colors with the yellow upper. But on the Vapor 3 from 2006, there was of course this green pattern on the heel that faded down underneath the sole plate. And to me, this kind of has the same vibe with, the pattern here and the arrows being a little bit offset. It looks like it's fading away underneath the front sole plate part. And I don't know, you tell me, but I see this basically as something that has to be a little bit more than just a simple coincidence. Now, tech-wise, the new Neymar boots are basically identical to every other Vapor 12 Elite we've seen released so far. There's a one-piece Flyknit upper that wraps all the way around the foot, which is then in turn covered by this gradual shifting Nike Skin silicone coating, both to give you stability on the bottom and flexibility on the upper to make it more comfortable and to give you a more personal fit. And then, of course, we have the 3D knitted Speedribs to give you grip and texture on the ball. And finally, the anatomical sole plate that sits both on the inside and the outside with the two outsole parts to basically let your foot sink into the plate and make you feel more at one with the boot. Performance-wise, that also means that the Neymar PE feels basically like every other Vapor out there. You get a very good, close, really grippy touch on the ball because of the Speedribs, and of course, you also feel really well locked into the boot because of the anatomical sole plate. If both were race cars, this would be a Formula 1 car. But let's talk Neymar, the player, for a little while, because I don't think I'm stepping on anyone's toes if I say that he is the natural heir to the football throne in Brazil, left after first R9 and potentially also Ronaldinho. I mean, the man has flair, he delivers, and more or less everyone have an opinion on him. And I don't think that there were anyone out there, irregardless of who you support, who didn't at least have a little bit of hope that Neymar would make it to the World Cup. And thankfully, he recovered in time so he could rock out for Brazil. And okay, you could argue that in the beginning, he was a little bit too eager perhaps to show that he was the main man for Brazil, that he could just come in and make things happen on his own. And I would say that he probably held on to the ball a little longer than he should in some situations to really show the world that he was back and he was the spark that Brazil needed. But Irregardless, I would still say that he's important to Brazil, and the World Cup is so much better having him in it than if he wouldn't have made it. Now, we can't make a video about Neymar without discussing his hair, because he's had a lot of really cool hairstyles over the time as a professional footballer, with of course a few occasional misses. And roast me all you want, but I would definitely say that his, cup noodle inspired hairdo for this year's World Cup in Russia falls in the latter category. But hey, if you're as good as him, it doesn't really matter. And there's probably also a reason that Pele said that Neymar is the only one keeping the ginga alive. What does he mean? Well, basically, Pele inspired his playing style on the ginga way of movement, which is more or less the foundation of the capoeira fighting style. It means a lot of really smooth movement with the legs. If you've ever played Tekken and played with Eddie, well, you kinda know what I mean. And when Pele talks, well, you sit down and listen. So there you have them, my friends, the brand new signature boots made for Neymar Jr. And to be honest, I think these are by far the best ones yet. I really like them actually. But what about you guys? As always, you should let me know in the comment section right down below. And then, don't forget that you can go and grab a pair for yourself if you fancy them from unisportstore.com if you click the link right over there. Also, don't forget to join the Unisport Live family by clicking the subscribe button and of course the bell notification button to see all our latest videos with the latest boots, the best players, and the coolest tricks the moment we release them. And finally, go learn some cool Neymar skills by clicking the video in the bottom of your screen. And with that said, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.